Hey there, what's up, everybody? It's Dr. Shazetta. I pray you guys are doing well. Happy Wednesday to you all, man. It is August the 6th, 2026. I don't know where the year has gone. It's been a minute since I've posted a video. I've been traveling and doing quite a bit, and so I haven't had a chance to just sit and press record in a meaningful way. So I wanted to check in with you all and just to see how things are going, but also to let you all know kind of what's going on my end. So if you're new here, I'm Dr. Shazetta, and this is Dr. Shazetta's The Well Life, the place for inspiration, creativity, and intellect collide. That's right, my little corner of the internet where I'm leaning fully and intentionally into the fullness of who I am, and I'm doing it unapologetically. If you're returning, I'm glad you're back. So listen. This morning, my husband and son left. And before you make assumptions, they didn't leave. They left to go on a road trip. My husband is taking my son to Tennessee to spend a few weeks with my mom and sister before the school year begins. So my husband's going to go. They're going to stay. He's going to stay there 8 or 9 days, maybe 10, and then come back this way. He and I will have a couple of weeks just to have some couples time, and then I will fly to Tennessee to pick my son up. I'll spend 7 or 8 days there at the end of August with my mom and sister, and then I will come back. We will come back together so that Alex can start school after Labor Day. And so as they left, though, I realized that this is the first time that I've really been by myself since my dad passed away 4 months ago. And I got a little nervous about being by myself, and I got a little nervous about really praying that loneliness didn't settle in. The dogs are here, so that's great. And I picked up some new yarn yesterday so that I could try my hand at making one of the big fluffy blankets. I'm waiting on the knitting needles to come today from Amazon. But I realized that I had started putting in place things to keep me busy. And that's okay. I do want some options, right? And also, I also considered the fact, as I was thinking about that this morning, that I could either choose to allow loneliness to settle in or to dwell on the fact that I'm by myself, or I could look at what opportunity this next 10 days might present. And so I decided instead to take this 10 days as a 10-day reset, right? The house got quiet. And so I decided to take the 10 days and make this a 10-day reset. And so my aim is to post a video every day for the next 10 days to share with you all what I'm doing and what I'm thinking about. A lot of it will be talking head style. I don't think I'm going to do a heavy vlogging type edit, but we'll see what comes about. But I started this morning by getting the house clean. I did a deep clean, and the house I still have to go and do the basement, but upstairs and the main level is done. Started some work out on the porch, but my leaf blower died, so I've got to wait till it's done, till it charges back up, and then I'll go and finish that. I did some meal prep yesterday in prepping road trip food for the boys, and so or for the guys, and I've got enough. I made enough for me, so that's done. And so, although this last couple of months has been really, really good since I've left my job, and good in the sense of I've had time to breathe. I've had time to slow down. I've had time to decide on some of the things that I don't want to do, even while I'm still trying to figure out the things that I do want to do. It's been good. I have zero regrets. Still believe that it is the best decision that I could have possibly made for myself or for my family, and I'm really grateful for that. And so, pressing reset doesn't mean that something is bad or you're trying to do away with any particular thing. But for me, this 10-day reset is really about taking the time to align some of the things that haven't quite gotten pushed back right into their place, things that still need a little bit of refinement, things that still need a bit of attention, right? And so I know that there is room for me to be more intentional. And this next 10 days when I'm by myself and don't have to necessarily answer to or for the needs of my son or my husband, I've got a little bit more leeway in terms of how I can navigate this 10 days of intentionality. And so areas that I'm resetting are one, in terms of distractions. So because I am a creative and very likely have some kind of ADD things, I haven't done an official diagnosis, but I know myself. I am easily distracted when something catches my attention or when I become interested in a thing. And because of that, it is easy for me to be working on one thing, thinking about one thing, and then have my attention drawn totally somewhere else, and pull me away from what I'm working on in the moment. And so I am working on being less distracted, and that means moving less distractions. And so that's a part of that subtraction that I'm talking about, that while I'm not yet sure the fullness of what I want to do, instead of pressuring myself to figure out what I want to do, what I am doing is looking at my plate and removing the things that I know I don't want to do. And that can feel scary sometimes, but it's also been very life-giving. I have noticed over the last couple of months how that is beginning to help me free up space right up here. And so I want to continue focusing on that. I've been at a place for a while where things like reading, right, or consumption, even listening to music or podcasts has been a lot. So processing extra information has been a challenge for me. And so I focused on the last month and a half just on output. So I've been journaling, I've been recording videos and posting with you all. I've been posting on my social platforms, because while I've not been able to take in, I have been able to put out. And that's also been helpful in clearing my mind, getting some of those creative ideas out and either on paper or pushing them out into the world. So you all have seen over the last probably 8 or 10 weeks, you all have seen kind of some rapid fire things of me pushing those things out. So from pushing out my book, to pushing out the mentorship program, to pushing out the Sarayu blends things, to pushing out the Sarayu sojourns for the pilgrimage to India, right? So these are not just random things that are popping up in my brain. I'm like, oh, let's do it. No, these are things that have been holding space, right? Have set up residence in my mind, many of them for years, right? A year or more. I told you all, I think I told you all when I released In Search of Elisha, the book, a few months ago, actually that was last year, that it had been sitting unfinished for 8 years, and finally felt the need to push it out. And so these are all kinds of things that I've been making space for. And so literally, been so grateful. This week, I've been able to begin reading again, and reading for comprehension, and reading and it not being overwhelming, and reading nonfiction, right? I haven't been able to read fiction or nonfiction, but being able to sit and actually read for comprehension, and actually note taking this week has been a really powerful experience for me, as I'm being able to consume more and process it well, which is really, really exciting for me. I am spending more time just kind of talking to God, and not perhaps in the formal ways that we think about prayer, but just sitting and talking and listening. It's like there's been a fog that's been lifted, and I'm grateful for that. I've got some photography ideas, which is a big deal for me, because it's been a couple of years, maybe 3, since I've had an inspiration to pick up my camera. Now, I've picked it up out of habit. I've tried to do this or that, but it's been a few years since I've had any inspiration, and so I'm looking forward to how that comes out. I've got a couple of ideas. I am planning to build into my Fridays, not just in this 10 days, but as we even start the school year, kind of a photo walk Friday time for my own self. That'll likely be just me, but others are certainly welcome to join me if they're in the area and wish to do so. So I'm excited, right, about feeling those things coming back to life, things that I had put aside, things that I had just didn't have capacity for or desire to do. So feeling those things coming back toward me feels really nice. And then for my body, so I have finally gotten back to my low weight, which is like 184, 185. I had put on a few pounds after Dad passed away, just not really paying attention to my body at all. And so I've been being intentional the last couple of weeks, and I've gotten back to my 185 number. And so my next goal is 172. And so a part of this reset is also getting back into my movement. The last month or 3 weeks between weather and all of that, I haven't been on my bike, haven't been getting any movement. So getting my exercise back in, resetting my body for rest. Sleep has not been as rhythmic for me as it needs to be. And so typically for me, 10 o'clock is like going to bed late for me. My optimal time is about 9 or 9:30. That gets me up about 4, somewhere between 4 and 5:30 or so the next morning. And those are my strong hours, right? And so I'm going to try to set myself on a bedtime and get back into that. That's going to be extremely important, particularly as Alex gets ready to head back to school, because it will be important that all of us kind of are on the similar routine so that we can get our evening routine going and our morning routine, so that there's no whatever is, but there's no tension, right, in that. And then caring for myself, which is important, I think, from a place of gratitude, not as a place of punishment, or not from a place of punishment, or not from a place of kind of obligation, if you will. I think for years, for me, self-care has always been the optional thing, not the required thing. And so now I've gotten back into a place where self-care is no longer optional. Self-care is the required standard. I was thinking about, just yesterday, I went to the nail shop, and I was thinking about how when I was in undergraduate school, and even when I was in graduate school, that I had my routines. I had hair that was way down my back, and I had my every 2 week routines, right? Nails, hair, feet, every 2 weeks without question. It was just done. And that was pre-marriage, right? And it was just done. Sometimes I rotated them out, but nails, hair, and feet were done every 2 weeks without question. I was so committed to it that when I had to have surgery on this hand because I cut through a tendon on my finger, I still went and they did just one hand because my nails, my feet, and my hair were gonna stay done. And so after marriage and life and children, all the things, those were things that I let go, and I shaved my hair and I did all the things because it just felt easier in many regards. And I got out of the habit of that self-care. I didn't realize how much my soul needed that commitment to myself until here recently, when I made the commitment to start going back to the nail shop, and being a little bit more intentional about those things. And I realized yesterday that I have allowed over the years self-care to become secondary, right? And sometimes third dairy or fourth dairy, however you say that, rather than making it a priority. And so, leaning into caring for myself from a place of gratitude, that I'm grateful to God, but that I'm also grateful to myself and for myself, for my gifts, and for the God that's at work in me, for the Black girl magic, if you will, that is at work in me, for the gifts that are at work in me. So gratitude to God, and also gratitude to myself, but literally presenting my body, right, as a living sacrifice, the best form of my body, putting the best form of my body forward as I can at all times, and not as a place of pressure, not as a place of obligation to anyone else other than myself, and to God. So I'm excited about that, and I'm continuing to lean into that. So for my body, right, rest and movement is going to be key, and then certainly around my eating and diet, which I've been working really, really well and diligently over that for the last several months now. And then for my creative life, right? I think that's the third area for me. So we've got my attention, right, my body, and then my creative life. And so I am looking to, and doing this 10 days of videos with you all every single day for the next 10 days, is looking to show up consistently in the world, right? I think a lot of times we use our gifts, we know that we're gifted. And for so many reasons, we never put those gifts out into the world. And it's really amazing, because in a time and world of social media, and where you can click on everything, and where everyone's scrolling, and where everyone's swiping and doing all of those things, that there's still so much of our gifts, particularly for believers, particularly for prophetic folks, that we are gifted, and we never just release our gifts out to the world. We never put our gifts out to the world. We have books that haven't been written, or books that are sitting in our notebooks or on our computers, or songs or things. And because we try to measure them by a secularized standard, right? And this isn't demonizing secular anything, right? I believe that there is a strong intersection between that which is sacred and that which is considered secular. But because we allow ourselves to be measured, right, or valued by standards that have been set by others, by systems, many times systems that are oppressive. We never put our voice, we never put our work, we never put our art, we never put our photography, we never put our writing, our poetry, our plays, our films, we never put them out into the world. Even though, because of the technology, because of social media, because of AI, it is easier now to release your work into the world at almost no cost, at almost minimal red tape. We still are hesitant to release our work into the world. And so for me creatively, I am looking to release more into the world, release more of who I am into the world as a person, as a prophet, as a creative, as an artist, releasing more of these gifts into the world. And so I am looking to write more. I've got a couple of writing ideas up here. My birthday is coming up, and I said to myself that I want to begin releasing something, at least something new into the world, a new writing project each year. On or around my birthday, I want to be birthing something new on or around my birthday each year. And so I'm looking to write more, filming, recording with you all, but I've also have a couple of creative ideas in my brain. I just have to figure them out for short film stuff and documentary stuff. And mainly it is for me just not looking or waiting for the perfect moment or the most convenient time to create, but to simply hit record, to simply begin typing, to simply hit publish, and to make sure that I've aligned the tools around me necessary to be able to do that. I think that's worth thinking about too, like the tools that are in our toolboxes currently. My husband utilized a text the other day from First Kings to talk about as we were sitting at the table for our own kind of financial planning and the way that we are going to tackle debt elimination. And perhaps we'll do a video together about that at another time. But it's centered around using what we already have, the tools that exist in our toolbox, using what we already have and believing that as we are faithful stewards of what we already have, our gifts, our education, our networks, utilizing those things, that from there we can trust God to do what God will do. And so I am incredibly excited about that. And that is a part of one of the things that I am looking to reset. So my challenge to myself for the next 10 days then is to post one video every day. Not because I have all the answers, but because I want to just see what happens. I want to see what happens for me. I want to see what happens for you. I want to see what happens for the channel and for my numbers when I consistently show up for the life I'm trying to build and for the platform and audience and community that I'm trying to build. It's August. The year has, wow. Right. This is the last quarter of the year, I think, right? Is that how we do quarters? Is this the quarter of September? I don't know. I think we coming into the last quarter. If this isn't the last quarter, we're coming into it. And so I want this last part of the year, this last portion of the year, month 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's we're still in the second quarter. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, y'all. I want it to be. I want to finish 2026 strong. We've set some big goals. Sitting with my husband at the table, talking finances and talking goals and plans was so life-giving to me, and I'm so grateful for my husband. We're gonna tell our story one day, and not many days from now. We're gonna tell our story, and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm not sure where you are in your life or what you're working on in your life, but if you've been longing for or thinking about a reset also, maybe this is your invitation to join me. Maybe this is your invitation to press reset also. And it doesn't have to be for 10 days. right? It could be for 5 days. It could be for 3. It could be for the rest of this week. It could be a 30-day reset. But if you know that you're in a place where you want to be more intentional about your life, and I invite you to join me for this journey, right? Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you are notified whenever I upload new content. Today's a good day to begin. And so you don't have to wait for Monday. You don't have to wait for the first of another month. Today is a good day to begin. So that's all I have right now. I hope that you'll join me for the journey. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm certainly excited about it. And so I hope that you all will join me. You can also check out my social platforms. I'll be posting some on Instagram, at Dr. Shazetta, on Facebook at Dr. Shazetta as well. So you all join me wherever you need to find me. You'll be able to find me, and I look forward to being in touch. And hey, if you want to connect, you want to chat, certainly if you're in the DMV area, you want to grab a cup of coffee, visit me at www.drshazetta.com and hit the contact button, and it will shoot me an email. All right, and we can see what's popping and what goes up from there. In the meantime, I will look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. We'll holler back at you. Take good care now. Bye-bye.